Hey, what is up, AO Sports? Today we're going to talk about, well, the last and final part 4 of the NFL potential free agents. My predictions of where I believe they will go, how much they're going to get paid. So now it's the top 15. I'm going to give you all 15 today. Basically, I'm going to leave you guys a link to the description to part 1, part 2, and part 3, so go check that out. But as of now, let's get into part 4, which is the top 15 NFL free agents. So let's get into this video. To start it off, we got number 15, quarterback Cam Newton. He may not be the MVP caliber quarterback he once was, but he's made it clear that he is still a good enough quarterback to start in a football team. Now, since Joe Burrow will be out for most or all of the season coming, I believe Cam Newton signs with the Bengals for a one-year deal worth $20 million. At the number 14 spot, we got cornerback Patrick Peterson. He is still a great corner in this league at the age of 31, but he wants to be in Super Bowl contention since he isn't getting any younger. And Arizona is building to get there. So, for that reason, I believe that Patrick Peterson will sign with the Kansas City Chiefs for 4 years with $55 million. Next up at the number 13 spot, we got tight end Hunter Henry. At the beginning of his career, it was looking a bit rough or tough for him, but he has been a good enough tight end, and since he is really the best option at this position out there, this free agency that the Chargers can afford, I believe he will stay there for 4 years worth $44 million. Now, at the number 12 spot, we got wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. He will now hit free agency, and to be honest, I don't think the Steelers need him because they already have Claypool and so much more. Juju, I believe, will still be a good enough receiver and a good enough first option maybe at another team. Maybe he could stop the dancing TikToks videos and focus on football. That is why I believe that the Jets will sign him for 4 years worth $68 million. Now you might say, this is looking kind of familiar. What was another receiver that went from the Steelers to the Jets? Oh yeah, Santonio Holmes, and that didn't go well. But who knows? Maybe Juju Smith-Schuster could break that curse, right? Now at the 11th spot, we got the GOAT himself, guard Brandon Scherff. In the run game, Scherff can do it all, showing the power at the point of attack. I believe that the Bears actually signed him for 4 years worth $57 million. Might as well, since you don't even know what to do at the quarterback position, so might as well fix the offensive line somewhat, I guess. But hey, let's not get sad because we got the number 10 spot with Shaquille Barrett. He is one of the most efficient pass rushers in the league over the past few years. And this Super Bowl, he sure did great. And obviously he will get some cash money out of this. So that's why I believe that the Jaguars, who have the largest cap space, signed Barrett for 4 years worth $68 million. At the number 9 spot, we got wide receiver Will Fuller. When he is on the field, when he's on the field, he is very effective. Even though he is great on the field, he has to be there to be great. So he needs to stay healthy and stay out of trouble. So I believe that the Packers signed him for 5 years worth $65 million. At the number 8 spot, we got linebacker Lavonte David, one of the best linebackers of this generation. He is still playing at a high level, and the Bucks need to keep that defense intact. So they signed him for 3 years worth $40 million. Now, even though, as I said before, Shaquille Barrett will go to the Jaguars for 4 years worth $68 million, they still need to keep as many pieces of that defense as they possibly can. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, in my part 3 video of the free agency, which I will leave the link in the description, do not forget, I picked that Richard Sherman would also go to the Bucks to keep Carlton Davis at the secondary spot and at the number 2 spot of the cornerback position, and put Richard Sherman at the number 1 spot to guard the best receiver, which Even though they might lose Shaquille Barrett, they still at least get a little bump when it comes to at the cornerback position, and you still get to sign Lavonte David. So it's kind of a win-win and a lose-lose, but it's more balanced out. What do you think? At the number 7 spot, we got safety Justin Simmons. After a pretty solid start to the beginning of his career, I believe that the Broncos will stay with him and sign him for 5 years worth $70 million. At the number 6 spot, we got Anthony Harris. He has been one of the best safeties in football for the past few seasons, steadily earning himself an increased playing time in Minnesota. But I think he will no longer be a Viking, but going to the Washington football team for 4 years worth $60 million. At the tackle position, we got Trent Williams. After not playing a snap in 2019, Williams is back in his rightful place as one of the league's best offensive tackles. I believe the 49ers will keep him and sign Williams for 4 years worth $80 million. Next up at the number 4 spot, we got wide receiver Kenny Golladay. Now that Stafford is out and to the Rams and Goff is a Lion, Golladay has the size and athleticism required to be a big threat on the outside. So for that reason, I believe that the Giants let go of Golden Tate and sign Golladay for 4 years worth $85 million. Next up now to top 3, with starting off with the wide receiver Allen Robinson II. He must be tired of unsuccessful quarterbacks and not winning many football games. But to still play like a beast, that is why I believe he will sign with the Dolphins for 4 years worth $80 million. Next up at the number 2 spot, we got wide receiver Chris Godwin. Now that Godwin has won a Super Bowl, I believe he wishes to prove that he can be a number 1 receiver on a team. And as if right now, that is Mike Evans for the Tampa Bay Bucks. So that is why I think and I believe that Chris Godwin will sign with the New England Patriots for 5 years worth $75 to $80 million. Now, I know for the moment that everybody has been waiting for, where will Dak Prescott go? So we got him at the number 1 spot just because I wanted you guys to be eager and to stay for this video. I got Dak Prescott, even though he has broken his ankle and the Cowboys seem to be unreliable in signing him. I believe he will go to a team that wants him, a team that needs him, and a team that he knows that he will succeed in. That team will be the San Francisco 49ers after they cut or trade, whatever it may be, Jimmy Garoppolo. That is my prediction. I believe they'll sign him for 4 years worth $110 million. He deserves it. He's a great quarterback, loyal man. He tried and he tried and he tried to stay with Dallas. I'm sorry, Dallas fans, but I mean, they've been treating him like complete trash. So I believe that Dak Prescott should go to the 49ers to succeed in his career. Some honorable mentions. I believe that Jimmy G will be traded to the New England Patriots. Start off there, right where he needs to be, with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. And maybe they draft a quarterback later on in some seasons to come. I know that in a video I said that they will sign Ryan Fitzpatrick, but that actually could still happen. You know, he could be their backup as Jimmy G becomes their starter. And I mean, I think that's the best option for New England. So I hope that Jimmy G goes to the New England Patriots. This is why they're honorable mentions, because I think that these last two are pretty obvious. But Rob Gronkowski is going to stay with the Tampa Bay Bucks. He wants to play with Tom Brady, so he's going to stay there. That's where I believe he will go. The amount, I don't know, but I still believe that he will be a Tampa Bay Buck, as he's already stated that he's plans on staying there. And finally, Antonio Brown. Well, it's either Bucks or retirement, and pretty much because nobody wants his off of the field issues or none of that. So I believe that he will stay with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and it's not that bad. I mean, Chris Godwin might be gone to the New England Patriots at a starting job. And you still have Mike Evans and AB plus Rob Gronkowski, OJ Howard, and Cameron Brate. So it's not a bad list. But that's what I think. Now, since I've already told you what I think, why don't you guys tell me in the comment section below what you think? Where do you think these players will go? And as always, guys, subscribe, like the video so this video gets into a larger audience and some more sports fans get to watch my videos. And as always, guys, love sports.
You fucking roll up on your dad, your mom, your sister and say, fuck you, I'm out. Because you're fucking toxic, I'll see you in 6 years if you figure out why the fuck I left. And by the way, just so you know, I do not think that's easy.
No.
Unfortunately, it's the answer.
Well, truth's never easy, right?